All right, today we're going to dive into something so basic, so fundamental, we almost never really stop and think about it. And that is the law. I mean, we all think we know what it is, right? But what if I told you that our common understanding is maybe only half the story?
So let me ask you, if I asked you that question right now, what is law? What's the first thing that pops into your head? I'm willing to bet a pretty specific answer comes to mind, almost automatically. It's a definition we've all kind of absorbed. And yeah, it probably sounds a lot like this, right? The law is a set of rules we have to obey. It's a command from some authority. It's this top-down vertical relationship. You got the authority up here and the subject, us, down here. But the source material for this explainer suggests that this view is missing something really vital, something way more personal and human. And it all really boils down to this one fundamental contrast. On one side, you have law as a command, but on the other, you have law as an experience of connection. And those are two totally different ways of seeing our place in the world. Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. The command view, that's vertical, and it's based on force. The source has this brilliant analogy. It's like a pre-packaged tart. You just get it, you eat it, you don't ask questions. But the experience view is totally different. It's circular, it's based on shared reasons. It's a homemade cake. We're all in the kitchen, we're all part of making it. Heck, we are the ingredients. It's all about our relationships, our customs, our agreements.
You know, when we only see law as a command, it just feels like this crushing weight. It's a whole spider web of things you can't do, an external force that's just there to limit your freedom. Don't do this, you can't do that. We only see the repressive side of it. But if we start to see law as an experience, man, everything changes. It's not just something being pushed down on us, it's something that actually comes from us. It's the sum total of all of our relationships and our shared understandings. We don't just live under the law. In a very real way, we are the law. We're the ones baking that cake. So the really crucial point here is the why. What is the reason behind a rule? That's the fork in the road where these two perspectives really split. And the source gives us this wonderfully simple example to break it all down. Now, this seems like such a straightforward question, doesn't it? But your answer actually reveals a really profound difference in how you're thinking, and it maps perfectly onto these two views of law we're talking about. There are basically two fundamental ways you can answer this. So answer number one looks forward, to see better. It's all about the goal, the future result you want to achieve. But answer number two looks backward, because I'm myopic. It's focused on the original cause, the root problem that needs solving in the first place. And this just perfectly illustrates the whole issue. A command-based law only cares about the goal. Think of a parent yelling, "Be quiet." They just want the outcome, silence. They don't care why the child is crying. But a relational law, it starts with the cause. It asks, why is the child crying? It tries to understand the need first, which means you can have a response that's proportional and that's reasoned, instead of just using brute force. So let's take this same way of thinking and apply it to one of the biggest ideas of all, justice. The traditional view, which lines up really well with that command model, sees justice as basically a transaction. This is the classic Roman definition. Justice is all about giving each person what they are owed. It's a principle of strict mathematical correspondence, you know? It's about balancing the scales. And this way of thinking, it creates a system of really distinct boundaries. My rights, your rights. My right ends where yours begins. It's all about entitlements and claims. So in this view, a crime is a debt. You stole something, you broke a rule, so now you owe a debt to society. Punishment is just the payment. It rebalances the scales, the case is closed, the transaction is complete. But there is another way to see justice, and it's one that flows directly from that homemade cake idea of law. This is justice not as a transaction, but as a relationship. So in this view, justice isn't about giving someone what they're owed, it's about taking care of the other. It's not a transaction that needs to be completed, it's a relationship that needs to be mended. From this perspective, a crime isn't just a broken rule, it's a broken relationship. It's a tear in the very fabric of community trust. So the goal of justice isn't just to punish the person who did wrong, but to take responsibility for that broken trust and find a way to actually repair it. This quote from the source is just incredibly powerful.
Aldo Moro was a major Italian politician who was murdered by terrorists, and his daughter explains that her deepest need wasn't for revenge, it was for understanding, for human connection. She needed to understand the cause, not just punish the result. It shows that for so many victims, justice is really about restoring a human relationship that the crime just completely shattered.
So really, that's the difference right there. Transactional justice enforces separation. It says, you did wrong, you will be removed. It creates distance. Relational justice does the exact opposite. It looks for dialogue. It tries to repair. It opens the door to maybe, just maybe, healing the wounds a crime creates inside a community. And all of this, it all leads to a really powerful conclusion. If law isn't just a command from on high, and if justice isn't just a simple transaction, then our entire relationship to the rules that govern our lives has to change. We're not just passive subjects anymore. This is the ultimate takeaway. Law is the sum of our relationships, our responsibilities, our shared trust. It's not some external force that acts on us. It's an internal reality we create together every single day with every single interaction. We are the ingredients in the cake. And that leaves us with one final and really crucial question. If we accept this, if we accept that we aren't just subjects of the law, but we are active participants in the law, well, what does that demand of us? What is our responsibility not just to the rules on a piece of paper, but to each other?
Knowledge transcends time. Truth endures.